talked to a couple of guys who came to me about things, and it comes down to our willingness to battle. We just don't follow through on the details. We turn pucks over at their blue line, and really just turned the whole game. And we had a good, solid first period. Scored the lucky goal and hit a couple of posts. But we didn't compete right through. We didn't block the shot when we had to. We had Cormier blocking and Thorburn up front and a few defensemen, of course, that blocked shots. In the penalty kill goal, we had the puck 3 times. 3 times and didn't get it out. We lost so many battles in the offensive zone, and that allowed them to keep, coming back up ice. But, our work ethic, our commitment is lacking.
Can you elaborate? Is that what the players were concerned about?
Yeah. Yeah. They see it. And, you're look down there, and it's hard sometimes to bench some of your top guys if they continue to make those same mistakes, and that's what has to happen. We've talked accountability. We talk about it during the game. We show it beforehand. We show our errors by players, but the only real hammer you've got is to sit them on the bench for a while and let them watch somebody else play, and we'll have to trust some of the guys who hadn't had as much ice time.
Specifically, how do you address the lack of scoring? It's like 3 goals now in 3 games.
Yeah, well, we had some pretty good opportunities at one point and didn't score from in close. We counted on our defense to score a lot for us and be part of our offense, and it hasn't quite clicked. To me, scoring goals in the offensive zone still comes from having the puck and keeping it. And we don't battle hard enough to run a good cycle. I think Stapleton's line had 1 great shift. Stapleton had 2 shots and a tip because they just got the puck deep and kept it. And some of our skilled players are looking for that one play and hope it works, pulling up inside the blue line and throwing it sideways across for a turnover and a counterattack. And we're not taking the shots when we've got them, and we're just not cashing them. But we talk about 30 shots for us, and we only gave them 8 in the first, which was a goal. But in that second period, once we turned it over, we gave them life, and we started to just force those silly plays. They gave them outnumbered rushes, and then we had the puck. Soaps had the puck and knocked it right with his hand to somebody, and the power play goal we had 3 times and didn't shoot it down the ice. Just whiffed it. And, that's not desperation. That's not fighting hard enough to get the job done.
As a coach, have you had players come to you before asking for accountability?
No, not really. We've tried to do that on a regular basis as far as the video goes, but they're getting tired of seeing the same people make the same plays. And if it's top guys, you tend to give them the chance to redeem themselves. But right now, we're not. It's like we're looking for points. When you look for points, you don't get them because that's a hoper. You don't pay the price to get the puck and keep it, and that's when you start to make good things happen. Now you open up people in the slot, you open up your points, you get to take your shots and start to bounce it. Hainsey, Ronnie takes a shot, and for the 4th goal falls down. But we've got 3 guys within 10 feet of the net, and now they get a 2-on-1. So Ronnie's got to take the shot, fall down, and then try to get back. We're not supporting each other because we're looking to score. When you don't score, you start want to get closer to the net. We get everybody standing in the goal crease. And I don't know how many times they kick rebounds right past us. But it's because we haven't got patience in that way. When we do get a chance at the net, 3 guys running through the net. And it never worked like that. Doesn't work like that.
Have things looked more promising at the end of practice recently than they do during the middle of the game, and if so, why?
Well, yesterday's practice was great, it had lots of life. But we fall behind and then we try to force things. You know, guys are trying to do it by themselves. You know, I'll carry it down the ice, stick handle through somebody. I won't get it deep, because I have to go get it, so I try to beat a guy one-on-one. So we're just continuing to force things because it hasn't worked. When it doesn't work, you try and force it, instead of just playing with your teammates. 5 guys together makes it a much easier game.
I know you don't have a lot of freedom with injuries and such on the roster, but I think the lineup changes significant or otherwise for the next game.
We'll talk about it. We got one healthy guy that came up tonight. You know, Eric Bolton didn't play. He played, and he's played pretty well. But again, when you don't score, he's not a guy that's a natural scorer, so we gave somebody else a chance. But he's played pretty solid hockey for us, and we just tried something else. But we're going to continue to experiment. We've mixed up the lines. I think earlier in the year I was mixing up a lot. Now we've kind of stuck with some things, and maybe it certainly was time to make some changes, wake them up, give them something fresh to think about.